You know, I always come on here and tell you guys I'm your favorite sweet Zionist prince, your favorite white colonizer, but there's a better white colonizer out there, and I think many of you guys are familiar with him. He's just as white as I am, Mizrahi Jew, just like me, and his name is Official SAR TV, and we stand him on this channel. We stand him big time. And he went up against this idiot, Hamzah, and we're going to get to enjoy this entire clip and see my buddy SAR hopefully eviscerate this absolutely brain-dead idiot. Let's check it out.
Bookmark again the definition of Zionism. Please go read it. Please go understand what it is, because it's because it's not the European movement. Because it's not the European movement.
Do you know what Zionism is?
Of course I know.
Do you?
It's the will to go back to Zion, to the land of Israel. It has nothing to do with the movement that you're talking about from Europe, about Herzl. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with that. All Jews around the world are Zionists. Most of them. A lot of them are going against.
But that's no, that's false. That's false. Not all, actually.
So what's Zion? What's Zion?
There are many anti-Zionist Jews.
You know why? Because you guys are
Zionist
scaring the shit out of them with your protests.
So modern Zionism is the nationalist movement to establish a Jewish state in Palestine specifically. Right, that is what modern Zionism is. If you go back to 1897, 1898, where Theodor Herzl literally defined this as that. I mean, that is Herzl's Zionism, right? That is Ben Gurion. You know Ben Gurion? That is Haganah. That is Israel.
Hamzah, why do Jews want to go back to Israel? Why did they want to go back to Israel for so many years?
Jesus.
That's exactly the same reaction you had last time we talked.
Did you? I mean, so Zionism is interesting. I think if you can I talk for a bit before, like, I know, because I'm gonna say some stuff that you might want to interrupt me in, but just can I talk for a bit? Yeah. Oh man, some freedom. Okay, so Zionism, the idea, of having a
just notice how hard Hamzah is bullshitting SAR. SAR is like, I'm gonna rip this kid a new asshole, and he's just sitting there like, freedom. Like he has to catch his breath so often during this conversation because he literally cannot handle SAR.
Jewish state was not even from the Jews themselves. It was a British project in the 19th century, a British European movement, a colonialist movement, an imperialism movement, right? They wanted control over the Middle East after the Ottomans, but they also had a problem. They called it the Jewish problem, right? They wanted to get rid of the Jews, right? And also establish control over the Middle East. And I think, so I mean, they supported this idea in the 1860s even. This was before Zionism was actually given the definition by Theodor Herzl in the Congress in 1898. But then Zionism became a thing in 1898, right? This idea originated back in the 1860s, as I just mentioned, with the British. And the origins of Zionism, as I mentioned earlier, is imperialism. It's colonialism. Those are the origins of Zionism.
Okay. Can I talk now?
I mean, yeah, sure. And maybe, once again, I mean, you may have your own interpretation of what Zionism is, but this is what it is. I mean, practically. This is what it literally is. And you may not like hearing that. You may have a different meaning. But that is what Zionism is. Like, in your heart, you may have a different meaning, but this is how it played out. I mean, I'm just telling you historical facts and history, like what actually happened.
Okay.
Okay, Hamzah, we got it. Shut the fuck up.
For the Jews to self-determine in their ancestral homeland. You and I both agreed the Jews lived here 3,000 years ago. Correct? Just say yes or no.
So the ancient Hebrews are not the same
I'm not asking
people that live in Israel
to be interrupted,
today.
just like I did not interrupt you. Just say yes or no. That's all I'm asking. Were Jews living here 3,000 years ago?
Yes.
Did Jews build a culture on this land?
Hebrews.
The Jews, no. Bnei Israel. It says that in your Quran. The Jews.
Yes, Hebrews.
No. Bnei Israel. Bnei Israel are the sons of Jacob. You guys are the sons of Ishmael. We are the sons of Jacob. That's what it says in Surah 5:20-21.
They're Hebrews though.
They're
Hebrews.
They're Bnei Israel.
2,000, 3,000 years ago. That's what you're talking about. They're Hebrews.
They're Jews. Judea. The land was called Judea.
Yeah. Ancient Hebrews. The ancient Hebrews were there.
What was the land called in the Torah, in the Quran, and in the Bible?
Well, it's not a religious issue. I don't know why religion.
No. I'm just asking, what was it called? Because they were both developed way before 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 500 years ago. What was it called in those books?
Well, I mean, you're mentioning the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, as if this is a religious issue.
It's not a religious issue. I'm giving you.
Okay,
I'm giving you
I feel like that's
historical context.
irrelevant.
I'm giving you historical context from books that are very, very old, and they all state Israel.
It said Holy Land.
It doesn't say Holy Land. It says Israel.
It says Holy Land, though. I mean, children of Israel from the Quran
are the sons. Israel is the second name for Jacob, so we are the sons of Jacob.
So
okay, the Muslims are the sons of Ishmael.
The Israelites. Sure. Okay. So what? Now what?
So that means that what? I'm saying in your Quran it says it's promised to the and it has nothing about religion. I'm not going to talk about religion. I'm saying the name Israel is mentioned in the Quran. The land Israel is mentioned in the Bible. The land Israel is mentioned in the Torah.
Look at him. He's tweaking. He's literally tweaking. His eyes are going like this. I love studying the psychological. He's losing it. Sar is starting to really make sense, and he's like, "Fuck, shit, I'm about to get fucked. Fuck." You could see it in his eyes.
The people living here were Israelites. Were from Israel. Okay. Now, the definition of Zionism
He's wigging out.
is the right for the Jews to go back to their ancestral homeland, which is Israel.
And the land Palestine was mentioned in the Greek texts.
Okay, and so what?
So exactly. So what?
So what?
Names are stupid. Names are stupid.
Okay, it's still.
Yeah, it's just a name.
Let me finish what I have to say.
Sure.
When we talk about Judaism, when we talk about Arabs, when we talk about ethnicities, because Judaism is an ethnicity, it's an ethno-religious group. When we talk about Arabs, it's an ethnicity. Where do Arabs come from? Where do they originate from? That's the question. Answer the question, and then we'll move forward. Where do Arabs originate from?
Arabs are diverse. I mean, they don't all come.
What's
from
their origin? Where do they originate from?
Well, Egyptians come from Egypt, Lebanese come from Lebanon, Syrians come from Syria.
That's nationalities. I'm talking about ethnicity.
No. That's
let me tell you.
They are there. They are there.
Arabs,
Jordanians come from Jordan. I mean, they are there. They are made up of the indigenous population. I did my ancestry. I don't know if you did.
Arabs come from a place called the Arabian
Canaanites
Peninsula.
And Phoenician, and Arab for me.
Arabs come from a place called the Arabian Peninsula, which is in Saudi Arabia. That's the area, okay?
Not exclusively. I think that was my whole point.
No, but that's the origin of the Arab people. That's where it started.
Well, not exclusively.
The place of origin for Arab people is from the Arabian Peninsula. The place of origin for Jewish people is from Judea. Jewish, Yehudi, Yehuda.
Well, once again, like Arabs in the Levant, for example. Can you still hear me? I hear some weird sound effects. Okay,
I can hear you.
Fine, actually. Yeah, cool. So, like Arabs in the Levant, they're not 100% from Arabia, and I think you may know that, maybe not. They're made up of the people who were living there, like the Phoenicians, like the Arabia.
A lot of the cultures that are currently in North Africa, in Israel, in Europe. They're all a reason of a conquest that happened back in the day, where they just conquered every little piece of land that they found. So they conquered North Africa. They Islamized the whole land. They conquered Israel. They Islamized the land as well with the Ottomans. That's what happened. And slowly culture started changing. And you guys,
they Islamicized. They Arabized. Hold on. We are Arabized. But where are the Phoenicians today?
Definitions. Can you write it down? I don't know the definition of that word. Phoenicians?
You don't know what a Phoenician. You don't know what a Phoenician is?
I mean, if I have to guess what it is, I would say people from Finland.
Sure.
I don't know what a Phoenician is.
From Finland? No. Your neighbors. They were also there.
Phoenicians. How do you spell that?
PHOENICIANS.
Okay, go ahead.
So, okay, well, okay, where are the ancient Egyptians? What happened to them?
The name Phoenicia is an ancient Greek acronym that did not correspond precisely to a cohesive culture or society as it would have been understood natively. Are you talking about the Greeks?
No,
That's what it says here.
I'm not talking about the Greeks. So okay, I don't have time to like go through all of this, but do you know Phoenicia
No.
or Phoenicia? I mean, however.
We don't have a term like that in
No.
Hebrew. No. Or in English. I mean, I don't understand that term.
Well,
It's not my first
it was
language,
an
by the way.
ancient, Sure. Well, it was an ancient civilization in the Levant, northern Palestine, and today Lebanon. So I definitely think you should look into a little more. I think it's right next to you, and you know, I mean, also this was like 2,000, 3,000 years ago. But like, what I'm trying to say is, what happened to them? Where are the Phoenicians?
Where are they?
Well, yeah, exactly. What happened to all the civilizations and people in the Levant? I mean, the Phoenicians
I know the
are
Jews.
Lebanese.
I know the Jews were displaced. I know the Jews.
They
were
are the
displaced.
Lebanese. They are the Syrians and the Palestinians. We are made up of them.
Come.
I'm not gonna come on camera because I don't want you to post me on your TikTok. But Phoenicians were Greek, so maybe you should do some research. Phoenicians, like that's where like language came from. Like the oldest languages are Phoenician, Hebrew, Aramaic. So if maybe you should do some research because Phoenicians were Greek, and maybe you're talking about the
Phoenicians.
Philistines.
The Phoenicians I'm talking about are the ones in the Levant. I mean, today it's Lebanon.
The Phoenicians did not come
right?
from the Levant.
Or northern
They did not come from the Levant.
They come from Greece, did they?
Yes, they did.
Mediterranean.
Yes, they did. They were Greek. They were not. They were not from the Levant.
Mediterranean, though. Like, I mean, they were in the
What are you defining
Levant.
as Mediterranean, though? Like, what's your point?
They were in the Levant. They were in the Levant.
Are you talking about the Philistines?
I think this is.
You might be talking about the Philistines or the Moabites.
No, I'm talking. I'm talking about the Phoenicians. No, I think maybe you're just trying to hyper focus on something so we don't move forward. But
no,
I mean,
no,
I'll let you do that if you'd like.
But you can look it up on Google. I mean, Phoenicians were Greek, and
well, I don't know about their ancient connections or whatever.
Then why are you talking about
they were in the
them?
Levant.
Wait, so why are you talking about them if you don't know about their ancient connections?
My feisty wife.
Because they were in the Levant, not Greece. That's my point.
But
Lebanon, modern Lebanon.
They're not from the Levant. They're not from the Levant.
Well, no, they were in the Levant.
I can tell you
not
who's
Greece.
from the Levant. There were Moabites. There were Canaanites. There were.
That's not my
there were
point.
Jews,
They were in the Levant.
I don't
Can you just drop the Phoenician thing for a second? I'm telling you about people who were from the Levant, and the Palestinians did not come from people in the Levant.
I think you just entered a conversation that I was having with, I'm not sure who this person is related to you, but I was having a conversation that you kind of interrupted. I feel like
I interrupted
maybe
you talked.
and it's just like it has nothing to do with the conversation. I feel like now you're trying to like shift it some other way.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I had
so
a point to make,
stuck.
and I think you just interrupted that.
What was your point? That the Phoenicians were from the Levant? Because that's just not true.
Well, no. So they were in the Levant, and there were other civilizations, and we're made up from them. Canaanites. I mean, we come from Canaanites. We come from ancient Hebrews. Well, so can I get a sentence in without interruption?
Sure.
Maybe I can. Sure. Okay. So once again, that's not my point. Where they were in the Levant. There are other civilizations. There were other civilizations that were made up from them. We come from the Canaanites. We come from the ancient Hebrews. We also come from the Arab. We are.
You also come from the dinosaurs.
We do. I did my DNA test.
You're everyone and everything.
Canaanite, ancient ancestry, illustrative DNA. Do you know that service?
Do you know how DNA tests work? Because I actually do, and I can explain it to you. Do you want me to explain to you how the DNA, like 23andMe? Do you want to know how they work? They take a DNA sample. For example, you want to take the Levant, for example. So they take the Levant area and they take a sample.
They do.
Wait, I'm trying to explain
DNA
to you
tests with
something.
ancient samples. Well, no, I know how it works. They do DNA tests with ancient samples from archaeological samples, ancient samples,
no, that's
not
not
modern
how it
samples.
works.
No, I mean, well, that's the truth. The one I'm talking about, that's what they did, and that's exactly what I took. It
But
says
that's not how
80% Canaanite.
DNA
That's
tests work
Hamzah's
nowadays.
truth.
How can they take DNA samples of
Well,
ancient people that don't exist
illustrative
anymore?
DNA. Illustrative DNA. Illustrative DNA. Do you want me to type in the chat? That's the company I used.
I can tell you how DNA tests work, okay? You're not letting me finish my sentence. Like I'm just
telling you
trying
what
to
the service I used does,
Amazing.
and that is exactly
I'm
what
explaining to
they
you how
do.
modern
they
day
do.
DNA tests work when they're telling you from what area you are from the world. Generally,
Well, this is irrelevant. You're talking about Ancestry. I mean,
but you're
like
not letting me, like, you're very
Ancestry.com.
manipulative, you know that? Like you say you
He's the
try
best.
to
He's the best at doing
you
that.
try to block like whatever someone else is saying, and then when you don't know what you're saying, you say that's not what your
I mean,
point
what you're
was.
talking about is a different thing. You
But
understand
it's
that? I'm
not because
talking
you
about
just
ancient
brought up your
DNA
DNA
tests.
tests. You just brought up your DNA test and said that
yeah.
it was from the Levant. So I'm trying to explain to you why
Yes. So,
your
so
DNA
you're
test comes from
arguing.
the
You're
Levant.
arguing with yourself. First of all, you're
How am I
arguing with
arguing
yourself.
for myself with myself?
Because I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about ancient DNA tests. It's a different test. It's a different thing. It's a different point. Once again, you were arguing with yourself.
Okay, so let's
Ancient
say
DNA
your
test,
DNA
not
test.
modern. Not
say your
modern.
DNA test is
I
an
know
ancient
what you're
DNA
talking
test.
about. I know what you're talking about. That's
Right,
not what I
okay.
was doing.
So let's say your DNA test is ancient and you're from the Levant area, which most Palestinians, by the way, are not from the Levant area. They're Arabs who.
Well, no, they
Egypt or
are. That's the
Lebanon.
thing.
No, they're not.
That's
That's
the thing.
not
They
the majority.
are. But that's the
Why,
thing.
why is the third most
Well,
popular last name in Egypt is El Masri, which means from Egypt?
In Gaza, not in
In
Egypt.
Gaza, sorry. The
okay,
third
so
mo- the,
so
the,
so
the
what
third
what
most
you're
popular
saying
last
what you're
name.
saying about how Palestinians are not from there
They're
from the
not,
Levant?
because
I mean,
there Arabs.
well,
and
hang
Arabs
on,
come
hang
from
on,
the
hang on. I
Arabian
mean,
Peninsula.
is history static?
What's
Are
your
people
point?
static? Are people static?
No, they're not static.
Do people move?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay,
you're
okay, but
proving my
history
point that
is
people
So
move
only
into the Levant.
so only Jews are not allowed to move around. By the way, by Hamzah's logic, the only people that are not allowed to be static are the Jews.
is his no? Is history?
What-
we
what's your
moved on
point?
from that. I feel like you're. I don't know. 2,000 years is static. History is static. Nobody is 100% anything.
Okay, yes.
You are not 100% from ancient Hebrews. I'm not 100% Arab. I'm mixed Arab, Canaan, whatever, Phoenician.
Okay,
whatever.
yes. What's your point?
Well, Jews are always Jews.
Yeah, by the way, like I took a
you live-
DNA test
if
as
you live-
well, and I'm
but
99.9 Jewish.
This whole thing leads back to what this young man was saying. You cannot say I'm from Arabia.
You are though.
I'm not that young. I'm 28.
Like maybe
Oh,
you
man. I mean,
specifically
I
are
know, and
not.
what you're
I'm
saying-
not going
and
to
what
talk
you
about
said-
you
But
because I
I'm
don't
not.
know.
I'm not from Arabia though. Like I'm not from
No,
Arabia.
like-
Where are Syrians from?
Syria, but they're not. Syria was not Arab.
No.
before.
What happened? What? Okay. What happened to the people before them?
What do you mean? What happened to the people before them?
The Syrians. The Syrians.
I mean,
what
I can
happened to
tell
the
you
people
that
before them?
I can tell you that Arabs from the Arabian Peninsula came and colonized a bunch of countries. You want to talk about colonization for real? They came and colonized a bunch of countries and Islamized everything, basically. And then a lot of people started calling themselves Arab, but they weren't Arab or Muslim
Islamized
before.
and Islamized and Arabized.
Yes, because I can tell you that just like Judaism is an ethno-religious group.
Yeah,
Which
we
means
called
that it's-
ourselves. Well, we called ourselves Arab, and we weren't from Arabia.
Exactly, because
Like
we're not
like
Arab.
like you just said.
Right, and then Arabs came from the.
Oh no,
the
thank you.
Arabian
I think you accidentally just proved my point. I mean,
What?
we called ourselves Arabs, and we're not from Arabia. Oh
Right,
no, we're
because
not
Arabs-
100% Arabian.
Because
I'm
Arabs
mixed.
came to the area and Arabized
I'm mixed.
the area.
Palestinians are mixed.
Wait, what are you not
We live there
understanding?
consistently.
Syrians were not
Jesus
from the Arabian Peninsula, yes, and then Arabs from the Arabian Peninsula came and Islamized and Arabized Syria.
Wait, say that again. Say that again. Where am I from?
I don't know about you. I'm not talking about you. I don't care where you're from.
What
honestly.
did you just say though? What did you just say? I mean, am I not from the Arabian Peninsula?
I don't know. I just said I'm not speaking about you. You might have ties
Well,
to the
because
Levant.
your
I don't know about
husband, your
you.
husband says otherwise. He said I am.
Sure, okay, so he can have his own opinions and his own thoughts. We can't have separate thoughts. Like we're one
So
person.
then this is very confusing. Maybe you can step out of the conversation because I don't know. It's not helping.
I just feel like you're feeling a little threatened that I'm teaching you stuff that you don't know.
You're proving him wrong. You're proving him wrong.
I'm not proving him wrong. He said a lot of amazing things.
You're telling me something the complete opposite of what he told me.
But I'm just telling you that I don't want to talk about you. He talked about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people in general who are Arab from the Arabian Peninsula.
You were saying we were Arabized. You were saying we are Arabized. You're saying that we were Islamicized or Islamicized.
Yes,
Islamized, whatever.
Yes,
exactly.
most of the Middle East was Islamicized.
Most of North Africa was Islamicized.
Wait, you just said exactly, right?
Bro.
So what is that called?
Yeah, that's what happens. They were.
Amazing. Yeah, they were. So what is that called? Not colonization?
You guys are the biggest colonizers.
They became Arab.
They became Arab peacefully? They were
culturally, they became... Arab is a culture. Yeah, they became Arab.
Really?
They say pay your jizya or convert to Islam, and if not, we're gonna that's what they say.
It's really interesting to me that you don't call Israel a colonizer.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Yeah, they wanted taxes. You want to look at southern Spain?
Why do I need to pay taxes to practice my religion, to practice my belief? Why do I need to? Do the Muslims pay jizya?
Do you want to look at southern Spain and how the Jews lived?
I'm not talking about southern Spain. I'm talking about Israel. I'm talking about do Muslims do they have any other rights? Muslims that live in Israel praying and practicing their belief other than Ramadan, where they're the most violent, where they commit the most terroristic attacks.
It depends. Well, it depends.
What do you mean it depends? Why are you making your...
Do you consider the West Bank part of Israel?
The West Bank is not a part of Israel, no.
Do the Arabs...
It's not.
Do the Muslims in Israel... the Muslim Arabs in Israel, in proper Israel, pay jizya, a protection tax, to practice their religion?
Of course not.
No, they don't.
Okay, why is that?
So, okay, the West Bank, Palestinians
I'm not talking about the West Bank. I'm talking about Israel, proper Israel.
Any non-Muslims in Jordan don't.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't pay tax.
That's really messed up. That in all Arab Muslim countries.
That's modern. That's modern world. That's modern world.
Modern world? Modern world to have to pay a protection tax.
All right, I gotta drop out of this conversation. It's getting a little.
What are you talking about?
No.
Listen, I love SAR. Oh, that was literally the end. I love SAR to death. This also, if I remember correctly, this was filmed a very, very long time ago. This is the very much beginning of the war, where SAR definitely didn't have as much of the opinions he has today. He's definitely way more knowledgeable on the subject today than he was back then. And since then, from what I've understood, Hamzah's never faced him again. He's been too afraid to. SAR makes some points here that are, yeah, it's true. Both SAR and his wife, you got the little terminology 100%. Or not 100%. Hamzah is absolutely correct that the Arab people of the Middle East today are made up of the different ethnicities, and most of them are Arabized and Islamized, and majority of them, including Palestinians, have almost zero Arab DNA in them. They were just colonized by the Arabs. Many Palestinians are actually ethnically Jewish, especially the ones in the West Bank. They come from Israelite DNA or from the people groups like Phoenicians who existed there before. He's absolutely correct about that. What he kind of runs away from is that the pan-Arabist movement, and the fact that he is Arab, is one of the biggest colonial projects in the history of the fucking Middle East. And the fact that he himself today is an Arab is literally the settler colonialist movement. And the creation of the State of Israel and Zionism is literally the only indigenous land-back native movement in the Middle East right now that fights for an ethnic minority to reestablish its homeland on its ancient land. So that's the part that Hamzah really goes right over his head. Like, absolutely 100% over his head. Hamzah is a perfect example of a pro-Palestine dummy who really doesn't have his knowledge together, and he will purposely, like, we as Israel, I don't appreciate that SAR and his wife said that the West Bank is not part of Israel. It's 100% part of Israel. At the very least, you could say that parts of it are being occupied militarily by Israel, but it's a perforated cheese hole of Palestinian sovereignty and Israeli sovereignty, and hopefully it's got no justification to creating a Palestinian state right now. They're correct that it's not officially a part of Israel. I think the context there should be that it should be, and Israel should declare sovereignty over that piece of land. But, we're Jews and everybody has their own opinion. SAR is still a king and his wife is still absolutely a queen. She's amazing and very, very intelligent on the matter. It's just a few things. This was also shot, again, a long time ago. But Hamza's a dummy. He's as dumb as it gets, and we have a Hebrew word called lakhish. He'll push away certain facts, and this is what most Arab Muslims who are on the pro-Palestine side do. He'll push away the raw facts of what it means to be an Arab Muslim today, how Arab Muslim society governs itself, the clear indications that Arab Muslim society is a settler colonialist movement, in order to demonize Israel, the one and only Jewish state in the Middle East, the one and only Jewish state in the world, on its ethnic land, on its indigenous land, and make it seem like Israel is committing these genocidal apartheid things, while it's the only country in the Middle East that actually advocates for the rights of ethnic minorities and allows these people to establish themselves or allows themselves to live in dignity. For example, today I went to a museum about dinosaurs in Israel, some sort of exhibition thing, and the first thing that I saw is every single language. Every plaque there is English, Hebrew, Arabic. Every single one. Every street sign, English, Hebrew, Arabic. Go show me, even in Iraq today, do they have anything in Hebrew? Do they have anything there to honor their Jewish past that used to be at one point 40% of the city of Baghdad? They don't, because that's called actual apartheid. That's called actual ethnic cleansing, is the way that we look at Arab society today. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe one day I'll be able to catch that fucker on Omi TV and nail it to his face. But I'm sure he'll run the same way he's been running from SAR since then. But yeah, man, SAR still did a great job, and he's come such a long way since then. So 100%, by the way, go and check out SAR, official SAR TV, his channel on YouTube. He's blowing up immensely. 309,000 subscribers. The guy's just blowing up and blowing up and blowing up. So go show him some love. He's absolutely killing it. He's crushing it. Look at these views, man. Nobody brings in views like SAR. Nobody brings them in like SAR. Go show our brother some love, and I will see you guys in the next one. I love you long time. Goodbye, Klats. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.